All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome into the stream. Today is Sunday, Podcast Sunday, and today's podcast is the Dragon Ball Z one. So, oh, yeah. So, go ahead and get your popcorn ready because we're going to get into some good ass debates. And yeah, let's get into it. All right. All right. All right, peeps, we are back. Welcome back to the podcast. Sleepy, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, there we go. That's what the problem was. I was hella like talking to you before the podcast. I was like, Sleepy, how was your weekend? Nothing.
Oh.
All right. Maybe he's just AFK.
No, everyone else, I could hear their voices, and then your voice was not coming through to me.
Yeah, it happens. It's a common Discord problem. Usually just leaving and come back in, usually fixes it. Let's see here. So we are going to start our intros. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome into the podcast of Central. Good to see you. WCSE, good to see you. That's a different language name, kind of hard to read, but welcome in. Hopefully y'all have a great Sunday going on. Had a great weekend. I can't think of anything else. Like, I don't think any holidays have come out recently. Last weekend was what? Valentine's Day. So I hope everyone had a good Valentine's Day. She said, eh. All right. Well, I will start getting the intros going on. So I am Squall Rush, gamer, podcaster, and anime enjoyer. No real new announcements. Hit the link tree. Hit the Buy Me a Coffee account. What's up, Omeg? Welcome in. Yeah, hit that Buy Me a Coffee account just in case there's no donate button for wherever you're watching from. I am hosting a Pokemon TCG Pocket Tournament at the end of the week, Friday the 27th, 6 p.m. Pacific time or 9 p.m. Eastern. If you guys would like to join, let me know. We could use you. I think I got 8 people, and that's the minimum I wanted this time around. So it should be good. Regardless. Some full art cards as a trade away gift. So Copycat and Rainbow Rare Green Ninja should be some good prizes that most people might want, hopefully. And I did just post a Pokemon TCG Pocket Deck video yesterday on the Red app. Going to be posting it soon on Rumble. Oh, wait, I could say YouTube. I'm not on TikTok right now. That's pretty much it for the intros on my end. Brittany, we can start with you and then Sleepy.
Question is, Intro question is, if you could train under any warrior, not just Z Fighter, who would it be? You can't say Goku.
Yeah. Okay. No Goku. Okay. I would have to probably go with my boy Piccolo, bro. I think out of all the people there, he's probably like the most disciplined. It's either him or Master Roshi. Like, those two would be the best mentors. Master Roshi, just because he's old, he's not looking for people to train, but he definitely has that mentor type vibe to him. And then Piccolo, he's just definitely trained a lot of people by now. He's trained Pan, Goten and Trunks, Gohan. I feel like there should be more people under there, but he's definitely created some of the best fighters for sure. Alrighty, Nova, lay it on us.
All right, what's up, guys? I am Nova Kinks. If you want to follow me on any of my socials, check out my TikTok. I have been posting new things the past couple weeks. Probably not my best thing for my bank account, but I still did anyway. Yeah, find me at Shadow Nix Cosplay and check out my things. As nothing really new besides that has been going on with me, except greater news, I'm keeping my house. So
Nice.
Don't have to sell and move. Which is really great because I was really terrified of moving and finding a new place. I was scared of it. As for the question, if I had to pick, I'd probably say Ten Shinhan.
Okay.
Just because in my mind he's kind of up there with Piccolo of being like the most grounded, like more serious about training and doesn't kind of go with the flow, goof off kind of vibe. But yeah.
That's not a bad option. He did train Master Roshi for an episode.
Yes, he did. But that's mine.
Okay. Is it me or Evan? Sleepy Human.
Sleepy.
All right. Sleepy Ninja. You can go on to Architect. Check out Sleepy Ninja 91 to see some of the not usual Magic the Gathering decks, commanders. And then when I'm not a ninja, I can be the Sad Man on sadman2016.wordpress.com. I blog every once in a while there. I'd train under Bulma. At the tech age. I don't need to be fighting, I just need to learn technology. Science.
Alright.
I mean, he's got a point.
I thought he wanted to train under Bulma for some other reasons.
Side benefit.
I wouldn't blame you either way.
Alright. I
Brock.
am.
Sorry, Ninja. From my point of view, it looks like Brock's next.
Where am I?
Oh. I thought we were going the long range. What order? Oh, that's cool.
No, it's all good. I got everything ready that I needed.
Gotcha, good.
Oh,
All right.
Oh,
Brock's
man,
got 55 on Rumble. Come check me out on the green site. I multi-stream sometimes, but not so much. Rumble's really kind of my home. So if you want to see any of that, come over here. Been doing some Sonic Frontiers lately. It's a pretty fun game. And doing some Pokemon stuff too. So yeah, just pretty much streaming, some video uploads here and there. And that's about it. But if I were to train under anybody that's not Goku, I don't know. It seems like Vegeta takes on students. He'd be kind of hard, but I think that the benefit would probably outweigh any of the cons. So I don't know. He seems to be pretty overprotective of his pupils too, especially Kaba for whatever reason.
Yeah, I think that you'd have to be a Saiyan to be trained under Vegeta. That's the only way. Ninja.
Yeah.
Nah. Alright. I am the 7Ninja7. You can find me at Game Jolt, Melee, and Rumble. She leads you right back to my Rumble channel at 7Ninja7. We play a lot of Hell Divers over there, Monster Hunter Wilds, Tekken 8 from time to time. But no real announcements. I am thinking about doing some shorts of just trying to give some low-level Hell Divers some loadout choices because I see a lot of low-level Helldivers going into the highest difficulty and dying over and over, and just trying to see if I can help out with that a little bit. So we might be doing that soon. But outside of that, Rockstrap, next nerding out, or this nerding out, has an anime. Tell us the name.
It is Talked OP Destiny. It's a pretty cool one.
Mm-hmm.
I've already finished it, so there's only 12 episodes, not a long watch.
So we're going to be doing that next nerding out. Outside of that, an intro question for me. For me, I am thinking about, I want Hit. I'm very interested in this time skip ability. So, yeah, if I had to choose anybody, I feel like I could probably learn from that guy.
Should have known you would have picked Hit.
I'm thinking about Tao Pai Pai at one point.
Tao Pai Pai. Nah, not Tao Pai Pai, bro.
Bro. The
Yeah,
flipper
Hit's definitely
thing.
better.
The flip. I can't ever forget the invisible flipper knocking the bullet right back.
Only thing I want to learn from Tao Pai Pai is like kicking a tree log, breaking it, then tossing it and riding it.
Right.
With the orb farming for the orb farming. Insanity.
Alright, well that's everybody. Make sure y'all hit them with their respective platforms, some follows and some views. And we will get on to the first intro segment. Or not intro segment, this first segment. Alright, welcome back everyone, welcome back. So, thank you Charm City. Charm City's been sending me a bunch of Dragon Ball Z stuff, and it's been giving me some real good topics to debate about, to be honest. I think 7 Ninja got booted. So, the first topic I wanted to bring up, or my topic for today is... who has the most depressing ending, or not ending, it doesn't have to be really an ending, but who is like basically the most depressing character in all of Dragon Ball? Like, I'll give you guys a couple of examples. Piccolo basically became a glorified babysitter, but, you know, it kind of got somewhat rectified as in Super Hero when now he has Orange Piccolo. Trunks, his whole world got deleted by Zeno, and they had to go back and be basically copies of themselves in a separate timeline, like 5 minutes back or some shit like that. Videl had a very bright future in becoming someone strong. You know, one of the Z Warriors, was praised by Gohan as being stronger than Hercule, learned how to fly, was in the martial arts tournament. Seemed like she could have been up there with like Tien, Master Roshi. Could have been a very viable, strong character, but now it's just some sideline mom, basically. So, like, of all characters, it doesn't even have to be those three. It could be anyone. Who do you guys think had the most depressing ending in Dragon Ball? In all Dragon Ball? We'll start. I guess this is more for like the good guys, you know, not really a bad guy. All right, 7 Ninja. Since we started with you last, we can start with you first.
Well, I think it's Yamcha. I mean, when I think about all the people you just named, Yamcha just he failed really bad at the Saiyan saga, and while he did show up a little bit more in the Cell saga, he just kind of went downhill. Dude disappeared for a long time. You see little cameos, but nothing special. I think he shows up in the Moro arc, so he gets a little bit of something, but when it comes down to it, Goku couldn't count on him for the Tournament of Power. And that means, out of everything that meant something, the world of Dragon Ball, that meant way more than everything else. So I'd say it's Yamcha.
All right, he's sleepy. What do you think?
It's obviously Master Roshi because he's still not getting any. But our actual answer, I'd probably say, yeah, I'm gonna say Vegeta, just because thinking back to the Namek saga with Frieza, just his dad died, family died, his entire planet, and just got wiped out. And there was like a meme or joke that he's forever the Prince of Saiyans because there's no more real Saiyans to rule over. And in a way, that is kind of sad because here he was, in line to be king and stuff and rule, and was all gone. And yeah, things like worked out and stuff. That's like, a kind of loss. And then even the Majin Buu arc, we had to do the big sacrifice. Like, he changed the most, but it was very rough for Vegeta. Very rough.
Very good argument. All right, Brittany, what you think?
Oof. Actually, come back to me because I'm still like debating through my head.
Right, there's a lot.
Okay.
There's a lot.
Yes, there's so many. It's almost hard to pinpoint the worst of the worst.
Right.
But yeah, come back to me.
Alright.
I'm still.
No matter how much he trains, he's just like, it seems he never even comes close to anybody else, right? Power scaling wise. And he's just out in the wild, like training with basically a Chinese doll guy. I don't know, man. It's just all the effort that he puts into doing what he wants to do. Like, he was what, the first out in the Tournament of Power? Or was that Krillin? Might have been Krillin first out, then Tien. I don't know. Either way, the guy
It was the end.
It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot going for him outside of the dojo. I guess if that's what makes him happy, sure. But like, of all the Dragon Ball guys, Piccolo was like the hardest, and then Tien was the second hardest. So it's like just weird to see a fall from grace from one of the OG strong guys,
So you're saying Tien?
Yeah.
And he didn't even get a win in the World Tournament. He tied with Goku, unlike Roshi
Right.
and Piccolo. Oh, Piccolo's just a straight up loss, but yeah.
For me, I'm gonna have to go with Future Trunks. Sure, he got the dub against Zamasu, kinda. Zamasu still became that dimensional being in the atmosphere and was threatening to destroy the world anyways. And then here comes Zeno, just like, oh, I'm just gonna destroy everything, even Zamasu included. And so he got his world destroyed, and like, oh,
Right.
we can go back 5 minutes, and you'll be a copy of this world. And like before that, he never got to meet Vegeta, his dad, until like he went back to the past. Never got to meet Goku. Like, all his friends and family dead. Bro been living in terror since he was born. Gohan dies, the closest person to him. Then his mom dies, the next closest person to him, thanks to Goku Black. Basically, all his loved ones are gone except for Mai. And then now the rest of his loved ones are gone now, thanks to except for Mai. Thanks to Zamasu and Zeno. I mean, you can make the argument he got reversed back in time. That still kind of sucks, It's not actually them. It's like kind of them. Like, oh, well, yeah, we can put you back in time a little bit. Go ahead. Like, that's the best we got, kinda, I guess. So, Trunks is definitely up there for like most depressing characters for me. Future Trunks, I should say.
Right.
It's sad when you think about it.
Yeah,
Should have stayed in the
100%.
main timeline.
What's up, Seven Ninja?
He should have stayed in the main timeline. It would have been something special.
Yeah, that's true.
Versus what we have.
I think he would have been thrown to the side just like another TN, probably. Hopefully that won't be the case. I mean, look,
Pretty
look.
well liked. Pretty well
Yeah,
liked.
he is.
Unlike TN.
Alright. Brittany, did you come up with the character, or who do you agree with the
Yeah,
most?
I did
if you-
actually.
Okay.
I actually did, and I kind of forgot about this one. Android 16's last words to Gohan, like right before he's destroyed by Cell, giving like literally protecting nature and the innocent is a very deep tragic moment, and it drove Gohan to go like Super Saiyan mode enough to destroy Cell.
One life
So
you can't
the-
really wish back, right?
Yeah. That's like that is like the most depressing thing. And it's worse that like they could not bring him back at all. So to say, quote unquote, could not bring him back.
Right.
But still, his last words to Gohan was probably the saddest thing ever. And it still scars me to this day.
Alright. We'll go around the table and go over each person's choice and give each other's thoughts on each person's choice. So let's start with Seven Ninja's choice. Yamcha. Why is our choice either not as depressing or more depressing than Yamcha's? I would say Future Trunks. Yamcha was definitely on the top of my list of most depressing for sure. Given no love in the show whatsoever, he was once one of the top villains in the show, and then he was once a top teammate next to Goku in the show. Yeah, thank you for the follow, Africa Powers. Appreciate that. Yeah, then he was once a really top teammate fighting alongside Goku and Krillin in the tournaments. Then he was basically reduced to nothing. It was pretty evident he was still a good teammate up until the Saiyan saga, but then once the Android saga came back and then Dr. Gero just pierced him like nothing, then he became fodder basically after that. There's nothing he could do after that. It's definitely sad what he got reduced to for sure. But I actually just feel real terribly sorry for Trunks in comparison. Like I would not want to live Future Trunks' lifetime at all. Versus I'd be somewhat okay living Yamcha's life. He was once a really strong character. He still kind of has like a happy life, you know. I think he gets like a lot of girls on the side, you know. Bulma broke up with him, was always mad at him, but he's always cheating on me, you know. I think he's kind of a player, kind of here or there. So like he gets girls, you know, and like his whole family and friends haven't died. I mean, they did, but they all came back, you know. Future Trunks, a lot of his people are not coming back ever. There's no Dragon Balls. Piccolo's dead. They never went to Namek for whatever reason to get new Dragon Balls. So, in comparison, I'm gonna go with Future Trunks. All right, let's go with Brock. What do you think of your character versus Yamcha? Tien versus Yamcha.
Man, I don't know. If we're going based off like metrics of whose life we don't want to live, like Tien seems like a pretty poor choice all of a sudden. I don't know. Still kind of weird that he lives out in the mountains doing whatever with whoever, but yeah, I think Trunks probably just based off of that metric alone. Which one do I not want to live? I think
Tien
so.
living in the mountains was his choice, though. He enjoys that type of stuff.
Exactly. No, that's fine. I think I made the wrong choice.
Oh, okay.
For
But
listening.
like,
Yeah.
so who's more depressing between Tien and
I mean, if we're
Yamcha?
going based off of life we don't want to live, if that's the metric, which means hey, like that's super depressing. I mean, that metric would probably be Vegeta tragic, right below Trunks being the most tragic. So I think Trunks was probably the right choice, just based off of how you described it.
It's just between your choice and Seven Ninjas right now.
Yeah.
Oh, is that okay? I don't know. He didn't really have like a baseball career, kind of like some other things outside of just maybe not winning a world tournament one time that actually made him stand out. He had a dojo, but that's really just about it. I think my choice is misplaced. I can't make an argument.
I think Tien's above Yamcha. And I only say that because he seems to stay in fights longer than Yamcha does whenever he's up.
Typically, but like, I mean, are we talking just power level, or what do you mean specifically by that?
I'm talking about overall depressingness. Like it could be like whether you could put in if you'd rather live one of those two lives, or like respect factor between like the two, because like between the two, between Tien and Yamcha's never in the debate of like the most powerful Earthling. It's always like Tien versus Krillin, you know.
Right, but that doesn't mean that it's that like power level doesn't equate to depressingness though. Like if Yamcha had things that set him apart from Tien as far as like how they wanted to live their life. See, and it's strange because they want to live their lives differently. So what you were saying, he's out in the mountains or doing his dojo thing. Okay, well that's something he wants to do. Likewise with Yamcha, right? Getting the girls and having kind of even if it was just a joke, like he was still pretty successful in baseball. So like those are things that are both pretty commendable. Well, I would say settling down with one girl would be more commendable than the other thing, but like he still was able to achieve those things. So like on something that on living a life that they want to have, then what are you doing? Bye. Bye. On things that like on living lives that they both want, it seems like they both achieved that. So I guess I don't know, because they both fall under the metric of being left behind power-wise by the Saiyans, by Piccolo. Like they're both, even if it's Krillin versus Tien and Yamcha's never really in the picture. Those both sound depressing comparatively to the others, but like I don't think that Tien achieved quite what Yamcha was able to as far as being well known, or I don't know.
We'll say Tien does have one feat in the show that far surpasses what Yamcha's ever done in the show, that a lot of people will always bring up. The second form cell incident with the tri-beams. Yeah, like holding off second form cell is something that like a lot of Dragon Ball Z fans would commend, versus there's not too much Yamcha has done in the show that a lot of Dragon Ball fans would commend.
Sorry, dog or Jensen's bothering.
That's all good.
I really didn't catch a whole lot of that because he's
being
worried about
goofball.
what pizza to eat, because they both have 3 pizzas, and I'm like, okay, well, whichever one August isn't eating, go ahead and eat that one, I guess. That makes the most sense, right?
Pizza sounds fire.
Never.
Yeah.
It does.
What are you talking about? Nah.
Well, we're talking about basically Tien has a feat in the show that a lot of Dragon Ball Z fans would commend, versus Yamcha doesn't really have any feats that we can commend. Second form Cell Saga, where Tien was holding second form sell off with the tri-beam. Like, no one thought he was gonna do anything. Like, when I first saw that scene for the first time, I thought, what the? He's actually holding his own for like a little bit, like half an episode. That was pretty impressive to like a lot of fans. Versus Yamcha, I can't say I've ever had like a moment with that other than growing up now, like, and seeing that he actually won the Cyberman fight, but he still ended up dying, and that part, just like him dying, just was way more depressing, like in that fight, because he won that one, just let his guard down and died.
Right. I'm trying to think of all the times that Tien was able to, or Yamcha was able to keep up with Tien. The only thing I can think of is the filler, really.
Oh, let's not forget the Tien versus Yamcha fight in the World Martial Arts Tournament. Dragon Ball. Tien broke his leg after he was already knocked out.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are just kind of dismantling my choice completely. So no, that's like I said, I made the wrong choice, and it's kind of hard to defend it.
All right, well, we can move on. Brittany, Android 16 versus Yamcha. Who's more depressing in your eyes?
I mean, technically Android 16, because, he's dead. And considering the fact that Yamcha still got, like, second, third, fourth, how many ever chances again in life? And he still chose to go down his path, but, Android 16 doesn't get that chance anymore. So I still think my choice outweighs Yamcha, just because the fact Yamcha gets to live. Android 16 doesn't. I mean, that
Yamcha only died twice, right? Cyberman and then Majin Buu killing everybody.
No, there was a third one, Dr. Zero.
He didn't die though.
Yeah, I don't think he died.
He
got a fist through his chest, but I think he had a sensu bean.
Yeah, I think the sense of being healed though.
Then why am
I mean, he still
died?
died.
I swear, yeah.
He still died multiple times. I don't think he died from that specific time, but he definitely died more than
Was the one
once
that
for
died
sure.
the most. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean,
Poor Krillin.
Yamcha still is alive technically.
Yeah.
True, but I mean, again, Yamcha still got chances to live. Android 16 did not.
Rox, what's your answer to Krillin because he died the most? That's depressing.
Krillin, because he died the most, and it's depressing.
Okay, let's also remember he kept dying in the most painful ways possible.
That's
Krillin?
true.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Krillin kept dying in the most traumatic, painful way possible, being blown up by Frieza, being laser shot by Android 17 when this version of him came back, and he was already an old man ish. And like just constantly. Also,
Majin
didn't
Buu
like
eating him.
someone kill him as a kid?
Yeah. One of Piccolo's henchmen. I think it was Drum,
Was it?
right?
Tambourine or drum, one of those. I can't
Yeah.
remember their names by heart.
I don't know if it's he's dying, sure, but like Krillin not only has relevance, like he's an exceptional member. He's the strongest human. We see him everywhere. When I think about who's the most depressing character, though, like I wouldn't put Krillin there. Now, what happened to him is pretty bad, but he's a trooper. I mean, do you see any PTSD on this dude? No, this dude sticks it out in
Depressed, not
everything.
impressed.
It does not matter.
He was. Didn't they have like the island on Dragon Ball Super where he was like fighting
Wasn't
his
that
fears?
filler though? Wasn't that
That might have
filler?
been.
It could have been. I'm not sure what was filler and super.
Because I remember that thing you're talking about, and I thought that was filler, if I'm not mistaken.
And then you gotta give Krillin some flowers for bagging 18, bro. Like
Of course.
that's every DBZ's character fan like favorite girl right there. That's Bay-18. That's the term for her.
Yes, it is Bay-teen.
Mhm.
My Bay-teen.
So he did good. Yeah, I definitely don't feel depressed for him, bro. He still came out with the dub at the end there.
Yep.
He's everywhere. Does not matter where it is. He's gonna be there. If no one else shows up, he's gonna be there.
So if the metric that we're describing 16's depressingness like is just the fact that he's not back, are there other characters?
He's only got
that
a one
are,
moment. He's only got
right.
one
Are there other characters that aren't back also that same line of logic could apply to?
You know what? I would say Bardock. Bardock is pretty bad. Like, of course, he lived a pretty bad, terrible life of killing and conquering under Frieza's orders. But I think they were like a ruthless bunch, regardless. Frieza influence or no Frieza influence. So he was pretty bad down to the core, regardless. But he went down fighting, thinking he was gonna win that Frieza fight, and then just destroyed.
Oh.
So that,
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty sad. When I first watched that movie as a kid, I was like, damn, bro. I wanted to start training. Huh?
Did he think he was gonna win, or was he just trying? Well, it's all gonna end anyway, so I may as well try. Kind of mentality. I thought. I don't think he.
But he was
it really
very
felt
confident.
like. Yeah, it really felt like he was gonna win. By the way, he finally broke through all the Frieza force and was like, "Frieza, we're done with your shit, bro." And then he was like, "Here, take this." Through that last beam, and then when Frieza's little death ball like expanded and it just got absorbed, he was like real shocked when that happened. He was like, "What the?" You know, like he really thought he was gonna kill him with that little thing, and then nope. So like after that ending,
sad is that I actually laughed at that moment. Like, you really thought that was gonna work? Like, I couldn't help but laugh, and it was sad. As I was laughing, I'm like, I shouldn't be laughing at this, but this was kind of funny.
Well, they have decent reads on their power levels, right? From the scatters, so like he would know what his is versus what Frieza's was. Like I don't think that he would rationally think he would go in to win. I think it was just kind of like a death throw.
Oh,
Yeah, like he knew hands down. I also did find it sad that like their last conversation with their son, they're like, "We will come back and get you." Like, no, you're not.
real quick,
right?
real quick. QA Gamer raided the stream. Thank you for the raid, guys. Woo! Thank you. Appreciate it. My bad, Brittany. I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're good. No, like
Sunday.
they knew. Like, it was sad.
Yeah, like I definitely felt sad off of that movie. Like I wanted to like start doing push-ups right away, become stronger. So like I can like become strong and make sure some ending like that don't happen in the future when I was a kid.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, nope, wasn't gonna happen. Like, you were doomed from the start.
No, there's something in me that says they can wish 16 back. They just don't do it. Like they just don't want to do it.
Like rebuild them or something.
Yeah, like cause
Could have.
all the made up rules they do in Dragon Ball. Like why can't they wish 16 back? You know, it just feels like they just don't want to bring him back. The writers.
What was that about Super or Dragon Ball Fighters? Wasn't that the same 16?
I don't remember. I don't remember playing that one too much.
Did
That was
they do
a
it
while
the same
ago.
way on the TV show that they did it on the like? It was still the same 16. Bet there's a way like they could incorporate that game somehow into canonically bringing him back.
That does make a good argument for bringing him back then. Alright, Sleepy Ninja. Vegeta versus Yamcha. Whose life is more sad?
Yamcha is not that depressing. He's Michael Jordan, right? He had one thing fighting, and then he moved on to baseball. You know? He wasn't not the best at it, but it's not like depressing. He moved on. He found something else. And now he's just great background. Great background. And another thing about Vegeta I didn't really think about until now was not only did he get, dad died, wiped out, but the person who did all that is like, yeah, you're working for me now. yeah, I killed your dad, I destroyed your planet, your race. Now you're gonna work for me, continuing to work for me to find Dragon Balls so I can have my wish. I mean, of course, Vegeta plotted against it and stuff. Still, it's like he was under Frieza's foot after all Frieza did and took away from him, too.
Yeah, that makes sense, honestly.
And then there was the whole thing about when Vegeta thought he had the edge on Frieza and he was dying. Or the first Vegeta death. And how, you know, all his dreams, what he was wanting to accomplish, it all just got wiped out by Frieza again. And he was, you know, he had his whole sad death speech, but again, his, like, dreams and stuff were just taken from him. Again, by Frieza. Of course, Goku corrected stuff, but still. In that moment, for Vegeta. Okay. And, like, that... that's hard. Then,
sorry if you're hearing the growling in the background, guys. My dog's freaking out because Amazon came and brought my package.
No worries.
Amazon?
Yep, I got some new pants.
Noise?
Yeah.
Anytime we check on Yamcha, he seems to be doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Not like he's that... Like, for the most part, when it comes to Yamcha being depressing, it's just that he's outpowered fighting-wise. But...
Outpowered and not shown. We see Chi-Chi more than him.
yeah, because she's stronger.
It's been proven so many times.
But yeah,
nobody messed with Chi-Chi.
Like, personally, like, Yamcha hasn't really experienced tragedy, and his life isn't really his personal life isn't really depressing. It's just kind of depressing. His fighting level just went low and he got nothing to catch up.
Yeah, he never developed like the others did.
As that, I don't find Yamcha that depressing.
And he has no real relevance, I think, until like the Moro arc. He has nothing. But Vegeta has been there the whole time. He's even beaten his slaver. Like, he got it stole by Goku, sure, but he even beat his slaver. And going to kill him himself. That's a win. No matter what happens, that's a win, right?
Yeah, but the win among so much sadness and stuff they had to go through, and the fact that Vegeta didn't even get to witness the very tale that he was told throughout his life of the legendary Super Saiyan. It happened after he died, and then not only did he not achieve it, Goku achieved it first. And then Vegeta, of course, has been doing this whole catch-up thing, trying to catch up to Goku. Even though Vegeta had started out stronger than Goku. In a way, that's kind of depressing, too. No, Vegeta's more depressing.
Let's see. He gets a rival that he can train against every single day. He has more reason to live now than he did in the past. He has a family that he cares about. He used to not, but now he cares about, which I'd argue that brings him more joy, at least in Super, in comparison to what we saw before. I think he lost. I'd even say he's a king now, even though he's not officially one. He's a king now with Bulma. He's practically the richest man in the world. Can do pretty much whatever he wants. He could probably break any law, and the only thing he's got to worry about is Goku, but that's probably not going to matter. I'd say he ended up trading, yes, a life that he was promised. He gained something far greater than any character that we've been to. Yeah. And he's very relevant. He's like the main. He's basically. Before, I would have said he's the Sasuke of Naruto, but he's literally the Vegeta of Dragon Ball. Like he's the main rival. When you think of rivals, it starts with Goku and Vegeta. It's always them. Oh, he's literally the legacy starter, the trendsetter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but every time we see Yamcha on screen, which isn't much, but still, when we see him though, he's always smiling and stuff. Like, yeah, he's having a good time still. He doesn't need to be a top fighter. Yamcha's living good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, by that logic, they both are. I mean, Vegeta's just not someone who shows emotion like that. We know that for a fact. But we know that he, at least if we're going with Bulma, is more open to her. I wouldn't call that depressing. That's just the personality type, I would say. And even still, he didn't actually care. Like Saiyans, especially if we're going with old Saiyans, like the newer Saiyans back in the Broly movie, because I think it was said it was retconned, like the old version was retconned because of the Broly movie. But Saiyans in the old stuff, they didn't really care, especially Vegeta. Raditz didn't care. Nappa didn't care. Oh, they died. I'm gonna come back later and get them. That was kind of their mindset. Vegeta was perfectly okay with just wiping out. Didn't care about who he killed. Whatever he did, he just kind of crashed around. Sure, he lost the ability to be the king of the Saiyans, but he did. It didn't matter to him. It's not like Trunks losing his world or fighting in a world in a very depressing world at all times. Vegeta, especially
Vegeta's reaction was pretty mellow.
Early Vegeta did not care at all. If anything, he's like, until his pops dies, he's not king anyway.
Yeah, I got kind of mixed feelings on Vegeta and how he felt. Well, we can do our guys versus Vegeta next. Seven Ninja, did you give your full debate on your character versus Sleepy Ninjas?
Oh, that's what we're doing now.
Okay.
Yamcha versus Vegeta.
Yeah.
We kind of talked about Nova Kinks in her 16. Kind of talked about. I'd say we skimmed over it a little bit. Brock was
but we
I didn't really have much to say on that.
Well, it's not you versus everyone. It's like we'll take a turn doing everyone versus one person's character. So we did your character. So now it's like everyone versus Vegeta now. So, did you give your whole side of your Yamcha versus Vegeta?
Basically, just so I could reiterate this. My opinion of Yamcha's issue is, yes, you may see him smiling and all that, but when we talk about what a depressing character, it doesn't just include their story. It includes their relevance. When they do something, what actually matters. And in my eyes, out of all the characters that we've mentioned so far, because 16 is a big player for quite a while. It's and his strongest plot relevance, although I'd say he mattered before, was his death. It was a very strong moment. I think that Yamcha, once he got stabbed in the heart by Dr. Gero, he drained the plot relevance out of him. He drained the power, the ambition completely out of him. And this dude became sorry. Now, yes, we see him as a successful baseball player. He's still in love with Bulma still. That hasn't changed. But he has roughly nothing to his name when it comes to what would bring his value or his greatness of a character back. I don't think there's anything in particular that we could say that uplifts Yamcha out of his terrible state.
Wait,
so
that reminds me, the Dr. Gero thing. Didn't Yamcha make a comment or something that, like, he was kind of scared straight or something, that he was kind of done with fighting after that incident?
I can't remember. I'd have to look that up personally. So
I know.
Really can't tell you.
Yeah, I thought that did actually impact Yamcha, like, greatly. Like, he got healed or whatever, and then he was like shook bad after that.
I can imagine so. I can imagine so. Pull it up, Jamie.
Let me see here. I'm actually looking. I was looking up. While Yamcha did not explicitly say the words "I am retiring" immediately after being attacked by Dr. Gero, it is widely recognized within the Dragon Ball community and canon that he effectively retired from active fighting during that period. Late Cell Saga, pre-Buu Saga. Okay, I don't think he actually said that, But we all know like what happened after that moment.
But yeah, like when it focused on Yamcha after like the afterwards was, it did show that like he was, that moment actually like traumatized him, unlike the Cybermen and all the stuff before.
Mm-hmm. All right, Brittany, what's your thoughts between Vegeta and Android 16? Who has the more depressing life?
It's on Vegeta. It's on Vegeta. It's not Yamcha this time. It's Vegeta.
Yeah, did I say Yamcha?
know.
My bad. My bad.
Did you say Yamcha again? No, I thought you said Vegeta.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, you said Vegeta. The more I think about it, I mean, again, still, Android 16 only had his one spotlight moment, did his thing, sacrificed himself to protect everybody. Again, Gohan powered up, yada yada yada. The more I think about it with Vegeta, yeah, like, he basically traded his one kingdom for technically, quote unquote, for another. He has a loving family. He's got 2 amazing-ish kids. And yeah, he's rich. So
You don't gotta
I'm kind of torn. Like, I still want to fight my defense of 16 being the saddest, but yeah, I mean, yeah, 16 in my head is still the worst. It's pretty sad that he didn't even get a chance to, you know, have a second chance. If that
Alright,
makes any sense.
No, I hear you. Brock, what do you think between... Did you change your answer from Tien, or is you still picking Tien? Oh, you're muted.
Yeah, Tien
Oh,
just
crap.
doesn't have it, dude. I just picked the wrong one. Nothing's really tragic outside of his lack of relevance. Any argument you could make for Yamcha, you could probably also make for Tien to some degree, as far as relevancy, or outside of a few accomplishments he made that Yamcha might not have. Like, it's almost like Yamcha at least is popular for the fact that he's the worst. So like Tien doesn't even have that. He's like right in the middle, right?
He's got a point there.
Like, you're known for being the best, you're known for being the worst, but if you're towards the bottom, like, you're only not relevant, but you're not known for being the worst either. So it's almost like, but every argument outside of that you can make the same for Tien and against any other. But yeah, outside of that, I don't really have a well thought out like argument for why Tien would be more depressing than 16.
Oh,
No, it's Vegeta right now.
Or Vegeta.
Vegeta had 2 tearful death scenes. Let's put it out there.
Yeah, he's a bitch.
I feel that, Brock. I feel that.
No.
So now, you know,
Versus, yeah, I mean, Tien's is, if we're going off the fact that if the Yamcha argument against Vegeta was relevancy, the same applies for Tien as well. Like Vegeta, okay, sure, yeah, he got his butt kicked by Frieza and was sad about everything, and then he lost against Boo, and then was sad against everything, or about everything. Actually, how many wins has Vegeta really had outside of just like henchmen? How many Gokus has Vegeta beaten in a fair fight?
I think he
Didn't
beat
really have, like, the one
Goku twice.
He would
Not
have beat Goku, I think, if there wasn't any interaction from other characters in the Saiyan saga. But Vegeta did cheap shot him. Vegeta did cheap shot him in the Super Saiyan 2 fight during the Buu saga.
Yeah, I'm not counting that.
So I
as
wouldn't
a
even say
dub.
that was a win necessarily.
I will count the Saiyan saga as a Vegeta dub. I will count the end of superhero movie as a Vegeta dub.
Yeah. So Yamcha, or not Yamcha, Tien, he didn't even really beat Goku, did he? He kind of did in the first one. He still came out as the champion that tournament, right?
Yeah, he was about to lose, but I think Goku hitting that car like dropped him faster than Tien, like right at the end.
Which doesn't make sense, but anyways.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Yamcha and Vegeta both have wins against Goku, which I guess would be like the pinnacle, undepressing. That's not really a word. It's not a depressing thing that they both beat Goku one time at least.
No, go with undepressing.
Yes, undepressing. Man, I'm not in my right mind tonight. I can't make an argument for shit.
It's all good. I can go next.
Yeah, that's fine. Tien sucks. I picked the wrong choice. That's it.
Jesus Christ.
When it comes to Trunks, future Trunks versus Vegeta, Vegeta's kind of tough because he definitely had a terrible upbringing for sure. Frieza took away his kingdom and turned him into a little pet slave type of thing. Like, you're my underling, little guy, like, do my bidding basically. So that was definitely sad. And then Vegeta definitely had a sad part in the Namek saga. Like, I think someone's brought it up that he didn't care that his whole family was killed by Frieza, because I think Dodoria was the one that spilled the beans to Vegeta, like, yeah, like, Frieza's the one who actually destroyed your planet, now let me go. And then, like, at first it looked like he was shocked, and then he was like, no, I don't care, and then he went and killed Dodoria. But then toward the end, when Goku comes back and is about to fight Final Form Frieza, Vegeta kind of breaks down and starts crying. He killed all our people. He did it. You can't let him win. It's due for the Saiyan pride, Saiyan race type of thing. And then he's like crying. And then he gets shot by the death beam, and then that's what kills him. So that was pretty sad. So I'm not really sure what side to take when it comes between those two. Like, did he care? Did he not care? I'm assuming he did, because on his deathbed he was crying about it.
I thought that
Besides
was
that,
sorrow
was
of
that-
the fact that he couldn't do anything. And he just kind of said that because he knew Goku would care. Because he knew, like, Goku cared about not killing. So trying to break into his mind, be like, hey, you need to put this guy down. It's like, if you can, do it. You know, he figured, let me play on his mind a little bit.
That's true.
Talking about Goku took people out all the time in Dragon Ball. Like, did Goku really not want to kill?
Vegeta had to tell him, he's like, you can't let these guys go. They're ruthless. Like, they'll kill your kid, your friends and family. They're ruthless. He was when was this? I think it was
The
when did
Ginyu.
Goku let go.
The Ginyu squad.
He, like,
yeah.
Yeah, it was around that time. I might be able to find a clip.
Brock,
Yeah, it was when
in DBZ they kind of changed Goku to be kind of more heroic and not kill. Unlike Dragon Ball, where he just wanted to fight, and he didn't think about that really.
Yeah,
They kind
true.
of changed Goku a little bit in Dragon Ball Z.
Right, but
Because of that robot dude.
Aider.
Yeah, him. And he had a conversation at that point. Something about you'll just become like them if you do what they do. If you kill, you keep killing or something like that.
True.
Like the Batman thing.
tell that to Invincible.
There's like
Well,
the Batman thing, and it was like,
One thing about Vegeta though is everything that came afterwards was basically a really good thing that happened to Vegeta. Sure, he doesn't kill Frieza and Super. He never gets his revenge. Goku comes in and just kills him because he knows what happens in the future. But he's got a loving family. He's still relevant. I think like Seven Ninja said, he's got forms that keep up with Goku. The whole show, a lot of people's gripes with Dragon Ball Z is it's just the Goku and Vegeta show. like he's always relevant in all the sagas. He's not the guy that gets the dub at the end with the final boss, but he's always right there next to Goku. You can't really say that to like with Krillin, Yamcha, any other characters. They're all died off, just background characters like Handle the Henchman. Vegeta's right there next to Goku. He's got a loving family. He's got a powerful forms. You know, he's surpassed his dad. Of course he's not the king, but he's basically the king now at this point. See, Future Trunks was barely relevant when he first came back. Like, hey, yo, check this out. I got a new form. It's just Super Saiyan 2. It's like, bro, we seen that like 20 sagas ago, bro. That ain't nothing new. I mean, he did get a new form that I'm not sure what that form is. The Saiyan Rage with the Super Spirit Bomb sword or whatever. That was kind of cool. And he did.
Rage.
It was Super Saiyan Rage.
That's what it's referenced to anyway in official literature.
Okay. Besides that, he had like one moment, Future Trunks. I mean, at the end of the day, his whole family is dead. His mom died. His whole universe got wiped. He didn't really even win that fight. He almost won. It was more like a Yamcha moment where he defeated the Cybermen but ended up dying. Like, Trunks defeated Zamasu, but then Zamasu still destroyed his whole universe, and then he became basically a copy of a past universe of like 5 minutes. Pretty sure he still got somewhat of a happy ending, like, for whatever that's worth. But in comparison, I'd say his past life was just as bad as Vegeta's. But his happy ending is not nearly as good as Vegeta's, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Alright. So that's my argument between Future Trunks versus Vegeta. Now we'll do Android 16 versus our characters. Brock, start with you.
Dude, I don't know what more I can add to my choice was wrong.
Tien's bald. Android 16 still had hair.
Hardly.
You got a point.
Dude. I'm sorry. What, dude? Yes, I do.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It's been like all day. I'll be back. I'm sorry.
Alright, no worries. We can skip Brock for now. Sleepy. 16 versus Vegeta. Who's more sad? Why?
And Vegeta also had his own sacrifice moment with when he was Majin Vegeta in that arc. There's just not a lot to go off of with Android 16. Yeah, he was just there for the Android arc. And then he had the moment. And it is sad and depressing. I don't know, Vegeta has more. Yes, Vegeta has ups, of course, and all that, but I don't know, it's just the fact that maybe that since Android 16 was just always a good guy, and then Vegeta's had this growth and arc with his highs and lows, and then what he's kind of overcome and been through. I don't have a lot because I feel like I can't grasp a lot for Android 16. It's like birds.
Alright, 7 Ninja. Yamcha versus 16.
I'd say with 16 specifically, like he goes from I just want to kill Goku to like becoming his own. I'd say near the end. He's purely a robot. He gains he becomes like how Sonic's robots become, like where they start just figuring out what they want to do outside of whatever their main goal is. So I'd say he actually went out on a high note. Yeah, it sucks that he died, but in the grand scheme of things, he became an animal lover. You could argue he would have became like 17 when he became a park ranger. I feel like he would have done that. I think that's why 17's even done it in the first place. But for the most part, like, he went out doing what... He went out as his own. He went out as a real man, I guess, in this, or as a real boy, I guess, in this way, like the Pinocchio thing. I think he went out greater than he started, with more emotions, and we could argue that he became a greater AI over time. Versus Yamcha from the start he becomes relevant. He's a main villain. He's a main ally. Then out of nowhere, he gets gutted. He dies to a Cyberman, which is hilarious. He becomes memed on forever. I mean, Doc does have a point a bit about like Tien like showing up less than Yamcha, or is less talked about than Yamcha. I'll give him that 100%. I'll give him a leg up. But like when it
Is that a pun?
when it comes down to it, right? Like Yamcha has 2 deaths. There was a time he wasn't gonna be able to come back. There was a few times. I guess you could say he was gonna come back, but they were more willing to save him. There's that point as well. But Yamcha has, as a character, as what he is, right? 16's just a robot. He doesn't really have much ambition. There's not much to really go off of. He's not like a Eater, I think you said. I think Eater has more emotions and really everything than 16 does. So I can't really call him an outright sad character. I think he just had a purpose, and that was about it. Versus Yamcha lost what his purpose would be inside of a shonen anime, what his purpose would be inside of a fighting anime. I mean, look at what happened to Gohan. He was going to be the main character, but then out of nowhere, like he doesn't become the main character because of the fans not liking Goku not being there 100%. It is what it is. But what happened to Gohan happened to Yamcha, and he's straight up gone. We don't see him, and we know why, because he got stabbed in the heart, almost died if he didn't die. It caused him to simply step away as a whole. Now he's leaving everything up to the other guys, but in the grand scheme of things, as a character, for what we would say is a depressing thing, we hate the fact that Gohan stepped away from fighting and got weaker. We hate all of that. That's even worse for someone like Yamcha. The only difference is this is Goku's son. That's why we care more about Gohan than Yamcha. We care less about Yamcha because he's not Goku's son. That's what that is. So when I say 16's more depressing, I say that he served a purpose, and that's all his ambition was. And outside of that, I don't think he has any greater feat of depression. End my turn.
All right, Brock, did you have a argument between Tien and 16?
The only thing is that 16, I would argue, was purposeful, just kind of like Ninja was saying. The only thing is, like, Tien didn't even really give up the fight like Yamcha did. He's trying to remain relevant while not being able to obtain relevancy, which I think would make it probably even more sad than Yamcha or 16. 16 is sad again because like even 17 or 18, 17 and 18 both would be probably the culprits most likely to try to bring 16 back, and that still just isn't happening, even if they would be able to. So my thought process is, first of all, they just can't bring him back, so that's why 16 would be sad in the first place. But even then, like, 16 did his thing. It sucks. We can't bring him back. But there's no longer that fight. Same kind of like there's no longer that fight from Yamcha. Tien again, and this is a guy who spent most of his life fighting. So like, I guess at one point in time we had an argument that Krillin would be training with 18 to some degree. That would make him stronger than Tien. But Tien still is just going like. That's his life, is his dojo, right? His life is fighting, is meditation, is getting stronger, finding better ways to fight, and he just still cannot keep up. So that's the one thing that I think really would be depressing for Tien, is that reaching for a goal that you can never achieve is just kind of a sad existence.
I will give you some kudos to that argument. I think it's completely bullshit. Piccolo, Tien, been training since the show. They've been introduced in the show and make little to no like progress. Versus here comes Frieza and Android 17. Like, oh yeah, I've been training, and then they're keeping up with Super Saiyan Blue and shit.
Yeah, we don't see Orange Tien like we see Orange Piccolo, right? Even that matter, like at least one of those guys got their roses, but yeah, Tien's just he's the guy, and
Piccolo didn't even train to get. Piccolo didn't even train to get that. He wished to get that form. So it's like
exactly
all that lifelong training did nothing.
But that's only off the writing of what would that be, Toyotara? So like even Toyotara could do something for Tien, and it still just didn't happen. So I don't know. 16 is definitely sad. I can't dispute that at all. But as far as Tien, that's the saddest thing I can think of for Tien, where any argument is basically just trying to achieve a goal that you can never obtain.
Yeah, they need to give Tien a four-eyed form that help him keep up with the rest of them.
Right.
I think Tien's pride would get in the way for a wish.
Tien's pride would get in the way.
I don't think Piccolo's pride is that strong in comparison.
Right, but the reason that Piccolo even did that in the first place was just because they had to take out Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, right? Like that's the only the reason why was I need the power and I need it now. I don't think Tien would be above that.
Tournament of Power though. They didn't really know what they were gonna have to deal with.
Right.
Like at all. And I feel like he fought Goku, so he would know like, hey, you know what? This guy's pretty powerful.
Right. Well, Piccolo already had a run-in with Gamma 2 at that point, right? So he already knew what he was lacking to a degree.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know which one of those two existences would be more sad: being a robot that can't come back, or being a guy whose goal is almost unachievable.
You guys have Chaozu though.
So
yeah, but Chaozu. The biggest issue here is we're talking about two guys who like to train alone versus the rest of the Z fighters. They always train with someone else, which seems to be the biggest thing about it. Now, Jiren's the one contrarian to this whole thing, because even though he's not a Z fighter, he's able to get strong by meditating. Not entirely sure why that is. We know it's
Vegeta trained by himself to some degree. Like he achieved Super Saiyan 2 to fight with, like in the time that Goku was gone, and he doesn't like going in the time chamber with other people. Like he was reluctant to it. He just did it out of necessity.
You can't Piccolo just absorb other Namekians?
He's not gonna just
like he did with Nail. Just keep absorbing more.
Right.
It's not
that didn't even matter inside of the world of the tournament powers either. Like they fought that. No, I think Piccolo would be greater. But
wasn't there some retcon as to why those two Namekians weren't stronger than they could have been? I thought it was something about time, like they didn't have enough time to actually Here, go. Keep doing that. I'm gonna look it up.
Okay. So what was my argument just now? Holy crap! I just lost it.
Something about training alone.
Yeah, training alone. So like training alone is a big factor. We see it quite a lot with in Dragon Ball, where if you're training alone, you're not really gonna gain as much power. Vegeta may have gained Super Saiyan, but it's possible if he was training with someone like Goku, he could have attained Super Saiyan way faster. We see, matter of fact, Gohan, he's not really able to train because of Chi-Chi. Goku kind of has to go speak to her. You know, he earned Super Saiyan pretty fast based on that idea. Now, he is Goku's son. I guess maybe that's a factor, and he's a hybrid Saiyan. But, like, unlocking the ability to do something versus, versus being strong are two different things. And he gained it faster because he was training with his father than Vegeta would have by himself. I think that being a solo trainer, it's always going to be slower. But Vegeta fights Goku more often than not. So we can argue that he trains with Goku at least. The same could be said for Gohan with Piccolo, Krillin with 18. 17, as far as I'm aware, it's because of the Cell Juniors. Like, some of them got away and they are on his island. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, that's a good point, bro. The whole
Cell Junior is
Vegeta.
weaker than freaking Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Like, I can't think that would be a thing.
But they're still Saiyan blood. They still have Saiyan blood in them. So if time's been going on for as long as it has, and Gohan's an adult now, there's been a lot of time in between that.
Vegeta beating Goku is like a lifelong dream of Vegeta. Like, first it was killing Frieza, then it turned to beating Goku. And when he beat Goku in a superhero movie, he was like, I finally did it! Like, I think that's his happy ending, bro. All past traumas wiped away. Vegeta is now the most accomplished character ever. And like, when I watched that movie in theaters, like, I swear, like, everybody was Vegeta fans all of a sudden. Everyone just cheered in the theaters when that moment happened. Oh,
Yeah.
but I forgot to add that part of mine. My bad. Did you finish your point, Ninja?
I'm good. I'm great. I am sensational.
I never gave my argument between Future Trunks and 16. In my head canon, I feel like I think they can bring back Android 16. They just never do. It's Dragon Ball. They're just making up rules on the fly. In the world of possibilities, that should be a possibility. But 16, he had a couple really cool moments. He went toe-to-toe with First Form Cell. You know, he went against his coding. I think his coding was just to kill Goku and that's it. And then he decided, you know what? First Form Cell is a danger to humanity and life. So let me step in here and go against my coding and fight him. So I thought that was really cool. He ended up losing the fight, but he was like the next best person to fight when it came to a weakened Piccolo, beating Piccolo, a weakened 17, because them two had that dope ass fight, 17 and Piccolo. So then they were both pretty much tired when First Form Cell came around, and then here comes 16 coming in and trying to handle business while getting Android 18 to run away. I think that the only sad part was that Android 18 didn't actually run away. She just stood there while they fought, and so 16 lost or something. And then 17 didn't run away either. He just stood there and lost, or got absorbed. So his efforts went in vain. I will say that's somewhat sad, but comparatively sad and depressing to Vegeta's backstory, Trunks' backstory, Yamcha's relevancy, Tien's relevancy. I'm not sure like where that stands in comparison to those guys. Yeah, that's pretty much my argument for 16. What is your guys' arguments between your characters and future Trunks now? Brock, you went last. Do you want to go first?
It's based off of. I'm trying to, since I can't really think of much about TN's life. That's why I tried to think of maybe constructing an argument about the goals of the people. Or kind of break it down to a bare bones argument of what their character personifies. So like if we're going off of one who has a goal that can't achieve it versus one who has lost literally everything outside of, I guess, his true love, because it's just him and Maya, right? Essentially, like in a different, like, as long as there's still something, like, you can build off of that no matter how much you've lost. But he still lost a lot, so I would say his is like a bunch of grain of sands all coming together to just build one huge pile of depression, right? Versus one, and despite of not being able to actually achieve his goals, like Tian's still trying, so like it doesn't seem like he's super sad about anything. So as far as depressing goes, Trunks has definitely had more depressing moments than Tien, so it's kind of hard to argue that one. But I don't think Trunks is 100% unhappy, because it seemed like he kind of had that same grit, right, that Tien did on trying to build something or continue to build something even in the weird circumstances he finds himself in. So again, if they're both still trying, then it'll just come back down to their goals. All right, so one goal would be starting a new life with Maya in a different timeline. Okay, that's weird, but you still had something. Where Tien, I guess, would still have some. I don't know. That's kind of a hard one, actually. Because in spite of their circumstances they find themselves in, and the disparities that they are at, they're still kind of giving the good old college try. So I would say grains of sand making a giant pile of depression would probably just give Trunks the W here.
Okay. Nova?
Right.
16
I'm
versus
sorry,
Trunks.
Thank you.
Oh. Future Trunks.
I will actually
specifically.
change my rebuttal. Sorry, I was having an issue with my mic.
Oh.
So I was
No
kind of
worries.
like, with it. I'm actually gonna change it. Trunks did have the saddest, tragic moments and like backstory and everything, because yes, his timeline got messed up. Yes, he lost his mother. Yes, he lost his girl, Mai. We kind of keep forgetting that technically it hasn't been proven, but we fans obviously see that him and Mai are a thing in the future. Then he also finds dead future Gohan in the middle of all the rubble after, 17 and 18 destroy his first previous timeline. Trunks had a pretty bad, considering, even though he did go back in time and changed his future twice, maybe a third, I think I'm miscounting it, but anyway, yeah, Trunks pretty much had it way worse than anyone else, including Android 16. So I'm actually gonna change mine.
Okay.
Future Trunks had it worse.
Okay.
Very much did.
And Android 16's dad is a huge reason why Future Trunks lived a shit life.
Yeah. yeah, he did.
Alright, Sleepy Ninja. Vegeta versus Future Trunks. What's your argument?
I don't know if this is playing kind of dirty or not, but Future Trunks' Vegeta died And he probably died knowing that he failed to protect his family, that Bulma, and that Trunks. So, in some ways, that's also depressing for that Vegeta. And that Vegeta did go through the same things as the Vegeta we have with the Frieza stuff. That Vegeta never did the whole sad Boo sacrifice because he died before he did that one. And did I have something else? I don't know. It's kind of depressing that his future son was there before he actually officially hooked up with Bulma.
I mean, I would say that they still hooked up, or his future son wouldn't have been born in the first place.
Yeah, but they weren't like actually going out when he showed up, right?
It depends on what definition you want to, or how you want to classify them. Like a couple's still kind of a couple to some degree if they're doing that stuff, and you wouldn't do that stuff like if you didn't. Most of the time, I don't know, I guess I'm different than most people. Usually when I do that kind of thing, I intend to like seal the deal, right? But
He sealed the deal, all right.
yeah, you know, we can assume off of what happens in our timeline that was probably the same goal eventually for Vegeta.
That was me kind of getting off topic, really. But
Right.
in a way, with the other Vegeta, his second sad death was just permanent, but he still had a second sad death.
Right.
And he kind of, like, Trunks lived on to see more loss, but Vegeta, like, probably died knowing what he failed to do.
Yeah, it's a fair argument. Future Vegeta didn't have all the good moments, or never will have all the good moments that we know main timeline Vegeta will have. Never gets to defeat Goku in superhero movie. Never achieves Super Saiyan 2, God forms, and all that stuff. Ultra Ego. Doesn't have nearly as much relevancy to we know. It's just, yeah, it's not a bad argument, because now he's just known as the guy who achieved his Super Saiyan goal and it amounted to nothing at the end.
I have a question kind of pertinent to what our topic is. So with future Trunks, like, what was the reason they couldn't go to Namek or New Namek and get those Dragon Balls?
I'm not sure what the reason was. I'm assuming they just didn't know where it was. New Namek is located.
Just the lack of knowledge of its location. Okay, that makes sense to a degree.
Yeah, because I think I did see a forum online a long time ago. I was like, bro, why didn't they just go to Namek and revive everyone back?
Right.
Like, and then, like, I don't remember reading all the details of it, but I remember, like, people were definitely questioning the writing there.
Right. Because, I mean, they had a goodbye and farewell and everything. I figured, if anything, like, Bulma would at least know how to reach them just based off of that.
Mm-hmm.
There would have been some kind of information exchange, I would think. Anyways.
I definitely hear you. Only thing I could think of is, yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good argument. But counter argument to that, Sleepy Ninja, is now we know future Trunks' dad will never reach those heights. So that's sad for Trunks too, because that's his dad who he should be proud of. We know he'll never see that stuff. But he does get kind of to see that in, like, Super a little bit.
All right. Now it's time for me to crush everything you just said. So,
God.
Future Trunks is so relevant. He got 2 whole games he's the protagonist of. Okay? 2 whole games. Vegeta doesn't even have that. He doesn't even have that. Xenoverse 1 and 2. He is the main protagonist. I think he's got his own anime, matter of fact. I think he's got his own anime. I'm talking about I think it is called Superhero. Not the movie, but I think it is called Superhero.
Super Dragon Ball Heroes. Well,
Yeah.
he's one of them. I mean, he's relevant because he's one of the time patrollers. I don't think he's like the time patroller of all time patrollers, right? He just
I don't
happens
know,
to be
though,
back.
because like we know that the Supreme Kai of Time goes to Trunks for most of the stuff. He's the main one we ever see. They send us out, sure, but in the grand scheme of things, he's the. What do we always say about anime? You got the regular people that look very bland, they look like anything, but then you have these specific characters. They got a certain hairdo, they always
Right.
have this strange look about them. And Future Trunks is that dude.
Oh,
It just-
and Future
just-
Trunks got the ultimate revenge. He killed Frieza's dad, and then killed Frieza.
It's true. Now, was that anime made for Trunks, or was it made for the promotional card game and just happened to incorporate Trunks into it?
I'd say it's probably for the card game, but
Right.
there is an argument here, though. There is an argument. He is still the main player. Okay, he's the one. He's the one that they would promote it with. He's the Time Patroller King. Okay, he's so relevant. He's so relevant, Brock. Right, more relevant than TN, 16, whoever. He's so relevant.
Right.
He got 2 whole games and an anime.
I know. Well, I would say that the reason that they used him to go and get Vegeta, because this, again, to me, seems more like the Goku and Vegeta show, and Trunks was the time patroller they sent because they already had some repertoire built up. So, like,
Hold on, don't mean to break it. But we got another raid. Fold up with the raid. W's. Thank you, Fold up. Appreciate you. How's your stream, dog? Alright, sorry. Didn't mean to
that's all good.
cut in there.
Because, okay, how much was Trunks actually fighting? Or was it like, okay, well, Trunks went to go retrieve Goku and Vegeta, and was it like, okay, well, now Goku and Vegeta are fighting? Or I know Trunks gets some relevancy because he achieves Super Saiyan God at some point, but like, it just, I don't know, it didn't, like, you're right where he comes in, but I don't think it's about him. I don't think it was made because of Trunks, and even when Trunks is there, it's not necessarily about him.
They didn't ask TN to be there.
No, exactly. Which would make TN even more sad, like depressing than Trunks in that regard.
Yeah, right, 100%. Squall.
So they made a card game for Trunks?
No. The
He
card
was-
game,
he
it's
was
like an
the
arcade
card
card game over in Japan called Super Dragon Ball Heroes. It's like they can bring their like cards with like certain what's that thing that you can tap your card with? Like a debit card up to it's that kind of technology built into your Dragon Ball Z card that you can put on the field, you can position it, and then I can actually show you. I have the Super Dragon Ball Heroes Switch game, but you can put them on a field. You can move your actual physical card around on the arcade machine, and then you can have them do attacks, and you use like little mini games or something to determine the speed, the attack, and all that jazz.
What's this game called?
Yeah, so it's not that Trunks has a card game, but there's a card game about just Dragon Ball Z characters fighting each other, where power-ups don't really matter. It's just all fan service, really. But so when we're talking about the anime, it's not because Trunks got a card game. It's because there was a card game for all Dragon Ball Z characters to fight each other that had a promotional anime that ties in with the Xenoverse games, which Trunks is kind of like the protagonist of. So it all ties in together. So that's why I was kind of... But that the promotional anime that we see isn't based off of any particular one thing outside of the card game.
He's so relevant, Squall. He's so relevant.
He keeps popping up.
Is just my question, is that the same Trunks that's from Future Trunks, the anime?
He's a future
show?
Trunks. He is a future
He's
Trunks.
a Future Trunks. We don't know if it's that Future Trunks.
There's so many future Trunkses. I think
There's even the Xenoverse.
There's like
Goku
3 of
and
them at
Vegeta.
least.
There's like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Like I think we discussed it with Cold Sauce. There was at least 3 future Trunkses during the Cell Saga. At least 3. So there's at least multiple. But when we say future Trunks, I feel like we're always talking about all of them per se, or at least they've all
Okay.
followed the same storyline.
All right, take it. So, because you guys own anime, he's not as sad now. I need to see that one. I haven't seen that.
That's why I was making the
You know
argument
about
as
it
it
already.
wasn't really his own anime.
He starred in it. He was
His
I
own
think
anime
he's
would be.
emotional.
I would say Goku again. I would say Goku and Vegeta star in it more than Future Trunks. He just happened to be there.
The Tien though.
We're not. That's not the
Yamcha
argument.
though. Yeah,
That's
the
not the
Tien and
argument.
Yamcha though. Where are we going? Because Tien and Yamcha didn't show him at all.
I'm just trying to make sure we get our facts straight before we make the argument based off the facts.
I mean, in that regard, yeah, relevancy wise, Trunks definitely it outshines Yamcha for sure. Future Trunks does, at least. He had a couple arcs based around him. The whole Android Cell Saga arc was where Trunks shined greatly in all of that, and then the Goku Black arc. Future Trunks shined greatly in that one, versus Yamcha hasn't shined since the Saiyan Saga. So in terms of relevancy, yeah, Future Trunks definitely takes the cake. Is that your argument?
Yes.
Alright.
I had You try to hype him up too much. Well, I had to crush you real quick. You know what it is. You know how it is.
I mean,
I
Yamcha
did.
had a retirement party with Dr. Dro, so
Yeah, the what?
Retirement party.
I guess he did, right? I guess he did.
I've never had a party where I had somebody's fist through my chest.
it was a weird retirement party, but yeah.
Oh, retirement party. Alright, I think everyone gave everyone's rebuttals for everyone's choices at this point. Wait, did we give ours for Tien?
I think we've been doing that this whole time. If we're
yeah,
really
pretty much.
Alright, we can move on to someone else's topic. Alright, let me do the video real quick.
thing Coke posted. So it looked like it saved someone's life.
All right, we are back. Well, Brock, what was your topic?
It wasn't really a topic. It was just food for thought. I wondered why. Okay, so we have two different mentions of Vegito showing up in the main anime, right? We have first against Buhan, and then we have second up against Fuse Zamasu. So usually when we look at Patora characters, because the Metamaran all kind of have that same look, right? They have like the weird jacket with the Boo pants, right? The yellow pants or whatever, and the kind of, or the white pants and the sash belt. But anytime we see a Patora, like with Fuse Zamasu or with Kale and Kepler, right? Like their clothing always kind of fused together to some degree also. Like it's a little bit of this outfit, a little bit of that outfit. So if that's the case, I'm wondering why first Vegeta looked like Goku's orange gi was underneath Vegeta's like sleeveless onesie kind of. But when Vegito popped up again in the future Trunks arc on Super, Vegeta had on an entirely different outfit. So I'm wondering, why didn't Vegito's outfit change as well?
It's iconic. I bet that's 100% the reason. It's just iconic.
Right, yeah. I mean, they would use the same consistent clothing with that character, but like, it still doesn't logically make sense why. Because that wasn't really a fused outfit, right? It was just the same one from before, even though Vegeta wore something different.
Yeah, but it's his iconic outfit, which I think, unless we're going off the idea that the mind of Vegeta was in that outfit he had previously, I think it comes down to the idea of trying to sell a toy, and Vegito's outfit is very iconic to him. That's what I believe.
Right. So it's just all marketing and advertisement, basically.
Yeah, that's what I think so.
But I still wonder what it should have looked like, just based off of the fact that the clothing was different, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if there's some fan art out there showing what it should have been. Anyways, just food for thought. I thought it was strange, an inconsistent like thing that just got glossed over.
Oh, I didn't even think about that, to be honest. I'm assuming, for the most part, Vegeta's outfit is still blue. So then they just merged the color with, like, the style of clothing still.
Well, the sleeves were different also. Like, it wasn't it went from sleeveless to, like, full sleeve with the Saiyan armor. And then he also had the chest piece as well, where he didn't have that in the Buu Saga.
True. Yeah. I'm just assuming they just merged the color blue with.
Right.
So it still somewhat makes sense, I guess. Nova and Sleepy Ninja, did you have any food for thought on that?
Nope.
Yeah, it's not really like a debate topic. I just thought it was something like I had free time one day and I was kind of that's something that came to mind. I'm like, oh wow, I guess this could have been a thing that wasn't a thing. Did Cook bring up? Was it about that little boy getting stung by bees?
Yeah. Well, I didn't fully read it, but I know that he was kind of bald in the picture I saw.
Right. Well,
same guy.
buzz cut.
Yeah.
Well, I seen the actual video of that, like, on Instagram, like, a couple of years back.
It's an older story.
Mm-hmm.
I figured you wanted to talk about that. Okay.
He looks chubby in the picture and in the video, but that's actually from all the bee stings just puffing his face up. Like, he's actually like a skinny kid, and like they had to shave his head to like I guess treat the bee stings on his head, but he actually had like a full head of hair and stuff. And it was a cool story, I'm not gonna lie. They asked him how he survived 300 bee stings, and he said he went Super Saiyan like Vegito or something like that. And basically he just I'm assuming he screamed to like the top of his lungs, and just like in his head he was turning Super Saiyan, but he was actually just gaining a shit ton of adrenaline to survive long enough for like paramedics to get to him and stuff and treat him.
I'm glad it helped him 100%. Like, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay. Is the Cell Saga Goku's fault? Sleepy Ninja, why don't you go last on this, because I already said something on the debate ideas chat. It's in the debate ideas, so you can see what video that came from. He comments on it, so like it's right above his comment. But yeah, is the Cell Saga Goku's fault?
My question is, did he take accountability for it? the very end, right? So if it started from the fact that he was fighting with Red Ribbon created this monster in order to fight Goku, and he took accountability for it, like, all of those together would make me assume that it was.
Taking accountability for something doesn't outright mean that you did it if you weren't actually the cause. Now, you could say
But I'm not saying that was the sole reason. I'm saying like all three of those things together.
Okay. In my eyes, the Cell Saga is more Vegeta's fault than anyone, only on the basis of letting Cell get his perfect form. I mean, pretty much it. I think that's kind of where it starts, because Cell doesn't really mean too much before he gets to his perfect form, and there was enough characters out there at the time to dog it.
Was Cell created in the first place because of Vegeta?
No, he was created for Goku.
Yeah, if you put in the whole Dragon Ball context, Dr. Gero grew this great hatred for Goku, so that does play a part. But if you're bringing in, like, how did Cell become perfect? Like, I would give Vegeta a solid 49% of that. But I will always blame Krillin more than Vegeta in that moment. Like, Krillin simped. That's why Cell became who he was. He had the button to destroy Android 18. And it was like, no, she kissed me. Destroys the remote. Man, he's a simp, bro. He disappoints
me. Oh, okay,
there.
sure. We can argue that both of those two characters like exacerbated the situation, but ultimately, who was Cell created? Like, none of these situations would have happened if the first initial like decision to make Cell because of Goku happened. So like, all of these things happen in the aftermath, but I would still place the fault of Cell even being a thing on Goku's head, like. And then the other two compounded onto it.
Yeah, he does play a part. I'm not gonna lie. Definitely, Goku is a big reason why Cell was he was the reason. No, he's 50% of the reason why Cell was created in the first place. Dr. Gero was the other 50%. So it's his fault. He had to have this dumb fucking grudge against Goku. Nah, I'm just playing. And the more I think about it, the more it's just like Dr. Gero as a reason. It's not that good of a reason. Yeah, Goku would be a big reason for sure.
Yeah.
That's why I say him taking accountability. Like him choosing not to come back was because of all the he wanted the world to be a safer place, right? Like, which still doesn't make sense to me even in that regard, because like, anything that would have been bad because of Goku would still be out there in the aether if not taken care of. So any other things he might have caused would still be around whether he was dead or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I don't know, like, again, Krillin chose not to take out the other thing that could have achieved his perfect form. Vegeta allowed him to take a perfect form, but again, none of those things would have happened initially, or like at all, if. So that's the thing I was making the argument for. Was
then he didn't take the medicine.
Things happen because of Goku, and he also takes accountability for it.
Yeah, it reminds me of that Transformers movie where they wanted the Transformers to leave the planet because the Decepticons were coming strictly for the Transformers. And then so the Autobots, they pretended to leave the planet, and then the Decepticons blew up the rocket ship and still terrorized the humans. And then they came back like, yeah, see, we knew we had to stay. We faked it this whole time because we knew the Decepticons were still gonna keep attacking you guys regardless. So we're gonna stay. So I kind of agree with Brock's reasoning there. Nova, was the Cell Saga Goku's fault? Yes or no? And why?
I
Nova?
think she stepped away.
Oh,
Nova!
It could be mic issues too. She said she's having some issues with her mic earlier.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what the heck's going on with this mic. Anyway, was the Cell Saga really Goku's fault, yes or no? I want to say technically no. It really wasn't his fault, in a way. Phone, shut up. Technically, yeah, the Cell Saga kind of started off with Dr. Gero making him in a weird way in his secret lab and all this. But then, like, yeah, Goku could have ended things well right before he started looking for the androids. When he was in his, like, first form of everything, like, could have ended it there, or could have destroyed the lab right then and there. So, actually, yeah, that is kind of Goku's fault.
Well,
I'm changing my answer.
I don't know if Goku knew where the lab was. Once they found out that this secret lab with Cell existed, Krillin and Trunks went to go destroy it.
Still came back though, because of the time machine.
Well, in future Trunks' timeline, yeah, because they didn't know Cell existed in that one. So
Yeah.
it wasn't until he popped up.
When he came back. Yeah. When he came back, Goku could have easily, at that point in time, before he was trying to find Android 17 and 18, could have taken Cell out right then and there. He could have done it. Chose not to do it.
I'm having a hard time figuring this part out.
My answer is Goku. It's not Goku's fault, actually.
Okay, whose fault is it then, Brock?
Dr. Gero's.
I retracted my answer, and that was the right answer.
Dr. Gero could have chose to just not make him, but he still did.
He could have.
Even with Goku doing all the things. Like, if my wife gets pregnant, like, it's because we accidentally made something, but it was still our that we made. Like, the creator was the one that made it. So, anyways.
Did Cell escape again when he fought Piccolo when Cell was still in his first form?
Was that?
Piccolo fought Cell in his first form.
Mm-hmm.
In Orangetown or City or whatever.
Yeah, I remember that.
Though, so
Republic City, I think.
isn't it slightly Piccolo's fault?
I don't know if I'd outright say he had a fault there. There was.
I can't
He was
remember
already
what happened.
weakened for
How
fighting
Cell escaped.
17. He was already weakened for
Solar
fighting
flare.
17. And then is that it? I think that might be it.
Solar flare
Goku
like allowed him to get away because like Piccolo pretended to get his arm drained so he can get all the information out of Cell to figure out who he is. And then after he learned about everything that Cell is, then he broke off his arm and regrew it back. And was like, all right, now let's really fight. Then the rest of the teammates, like Trunks, Tien, I think even Vegeta starts showing up. And he's like, oh shit, let me get out of here. Solar flare. And he bounced.
Piccolo fell for the oldest trick in the book, man.
Right?
I think I'm under the impression he did that on purpose. He did that on purpose to learn who Cell was. You're talking about the solar flare though. The solar flare is the oldest trick. Oh,
It's not really young Trunks or future Trunks' fault though, because in the original timeline, Cell wasn't a thing. It was just the androids. When future Trunks went to change the timeline, Cell was now a thing.
I wouldn't have changed his timeline, just like the other things didn't change his timeline.
Survived enough to awaken.
Yeah, get that. There is something about that because there's actually like a few different timelines. There's 2 unseen timelines that I actually did a deep dive research about. There is the first timeline, which is Future Trunks, aka where Cell comes from and goes into the past, right? Into our timeline. That one we never see. In that timeline, Future Trunks learns about the destruction device to destroy 18 and 17. So basically, they never meet Cell in those two timelines, the one he's from and the one he goes into the past from. They just destroy 18 and 17 through the destruction devices. And then when he goes back, his mom creates the destruction device and destroys 18 and 17 in his timeline. Boom, here comes Cell, kills him, and then goes back in time to the main timeline that we know and love. But what doesn't make sense to me is how come that Trunks didn't sense him coming? He just got snuck up on and it wrapped his, like he just got killed. That's kind of one of the plot holes for me in that sense. And then there's like our timelines that we see. What's up?
He might have hit his energy, but like that's assuming he knew how to do that. And I don't think he knew how to do that.
You know what, bro? That kind of adds to my point that Future Trunks lives a bad life, bro. Saves his timeline, still dies from Cell, bro. Never mind, that's kind of in the past, but yeah.
I already won that argument.
What you saying, Ninja?
I already won that. But I think like it comes down to like he was hiding his energy, but like that's something you have to learn how to do. And I don't think he knew how to do that. I think that's just a plot hole. Toriyama was just like, let me just throw in this curveball real quick. He had nothing else. And I feel like Trunks would have known how to sense ki. There's no way he just got snuck up on.
Yeah, because like when the Future Trunks that we know trained with Vegeta and everything, gets that buff form, gets stronger than the androids. When he goes back to his own timeline, he's like, Mom, you gotta run. And he senses Cell, like, and he's like trying to hide and sneak up on him again. So, like, if he was able to sense him there, like, it just doesn't make sense to me that the other version of Trunks that did die against Cell didn't sense him.
Didn't Cell have a weird thing where he was made up of different DNAs, like Goku's and Piccolo and stuff? I can't remember if, like, there was some weirdness where either he had knowledge because of the DNA, or it was like if people tried sensing Cell, they sensed when the DNA. I can't remember. I thought it got a little weird or muddled.
They were sensing the mixed ki, and so they felt like all the different keys when they sensed Cell. I think Abridged made a whole joke about Vegeta sensing himself. So, like, yeah, it's...
Does that mean stronger than me?
Well, like, I think that's what it was.
So Future Trunks went back to our hero's timeline twice, though. Once to give Goku the medicine, and then once again, when things didn't still turn out right? Yeah. So, like, would the Cell that we fought take out the returning Trunks from the first time in that sense?
I thought that was a second Trunks. I've always thought that was a second Trunks.
Wait, which one?
I can't remember.
The one that Cell kills, because if that was our Trunks, and like we wouldn't have had another one if it was just one Trunks.
Yeah, that's a second Future Trunks. It's a second Future Trunks. So there's four timelines, and two of them we don't actually see. Well, one of them we kind of see a glimpse just of the flashback Cell has where he kills Future Trunks. Because he destroyed the androids in that timeline. That's why Cell had to come back to the past timeline, our main timeline, where he needs to absorb 17 and 18. Because they killed it. He destroyed the androids in that timeline, not by training and getting stronger, but by the destruction switch that they developed. So that's why they're destroyed there. That Trunks is weaker than the androids. That's why he was able to die by Cell. I did a whole video on this one. I deep dove for that one.
Anyway, whose fault is the Cell Saga? I'm still rocking with Jiro.
Future Trunks.
In this moment, I'm actually going back to Goku, and the only reason I say that is that in this moment, I think Goku's out of his sickness state, and he's about to go train. But like before then, Piccolo's fighting Cell before 17, or he's at least fighting. He's at least able to keep Cell from eating 17. He's fighting him. I think at this state, I believe that Goku could have helped Piccolo fight Cell at this point, and maybe Kamehameha and then the dust. I think that could have happened, but in this sense, in this moment, we could maybe argue that Goku wanted to be more prepared than before. But I still think that Goku could have saved the whole Cell saga by simply helping Piccolo, maybe with even Vegeta or somebody assisting fighting Cell. I think that could have probably happened there.
Or maybe it's all the DBZ fighters' DNA that was used. If they weren't around, Zero couldn't take their DNA and then make Cell. Huh?
Does he have a
So
little
you're
freezer
saying that it was
DNA in there?
Jiro's fault?
No,
Right, Devin, on
DBZ
that?
fighters for being around Zero.
So if I got
Doesn't he have some
slapped
freezer in
by,
there?
if I got slapped by Squall and then I slapped him back, would it be Squall's fault that he got slapped, or would it be my fault that he got slapped? He threw the first slap. I could have chose to not do it. So even if Goku existed and all the other Z fighters existed, the person who created Cell in the first place, whether it was Goku's fault or not, still chose to make Cell. Like it was a retaliatory thing. So Jiro could have not retaliated, but still chose to. Thus, the Cell saga is Jiro's fault.
Yeah, it all leads back to Future Trunks.
Yeah, I'm going
I
with
slapped Squall back. I'm just saying, like, I chose to, right? That was my choice. It was on me.
Yeah, Future Trunks
his.
didn't have to time travel. He chose to.
yeah.
But that has nothing to do with the Cell, the creation of Cell, or the creation of the Cell saga.
Yeah, but there's no Cell in Future Trunks' timeline. And
Well,
then he
there-
did the time travel thing.
There was though.
There's Cell.
Where do you think the Cell that King Gohan fought came from? It wasn't our Cell. He was still incubated in the freaking little tiny pod.
Yeah, but he doesn't awaken. Oh, Future Trunks made it so he.
Their Cell came from a future. It didn't matter about Trunks. He just took Trunks' time machine. Like, Trunks was irrelevant to Cell in that aspect.
Oh, it's Bulma's fault.
Oh,
creating the time
His fault for
machine.
creating Cell.
it'll always be Jiro's fault.
Yes, thank you.
Like, jeez, like that's what it's coming down to. It will always be Jiro's fault.
Not Goku's.
Jiro's.
Yes.
I think it's both their fault, Jiro and Goku's.
Nah, it's mostly Jiro.
Yeah, Jiro
I think
created it.
Goku's more at fault for helping Cell get stronger, along with the other guys.
It is still
Helping
Jiro's
Cell
fault
get
because
stronger.
he decided
I
to
know.
make him.
Cell gets stronger.
So Cell
making
getting
Cell.
stronger was an after effect. Like, it happened after the initial thing. The initial thing
Yeah.
started all the way back here.
I'm just saying that they share fault when it comes to getting stronger. I'm
Yes,
not-
when it comes to him getting stronger, but not the fact that it actually happened in the first place.
Yeah, that was Bulma's fault for making a time machine.
Oh my
That's
god.
true. It's fault. You're
It's not
troll.
your
Stop
fault.
it.
Yeah, I think there's some relevancy to what Sleepy says. Because if there's no time machine, right? Think about this. They
The
don't
time
deal.
machine existed, the Dro didn't make Cell, then it doesn't matter because Cell wouldn't be there.
But if the time machine didn't exist, that means they would have to deal with Cell after dealing with Majin Buu when Trunks is an adult or a teenager. So that means they would have had to deal with Majin Buu and get stronger to deal with him. And by the time they deal with Cell after Majin Buu, he would have been so weak in comparison to Majin Buu that they would just flick them away like a fly.
And then no Cell Saga. Boom.
Yeah, no Cell Saga.
The fact that still
Deep
the
breath.
inception of the Cell
Yeah,
Saga
aneurysm right
started with the creation of Cell.
Yes.
Power up, bro. Just power up.
Yes. Dr.
Yes.
Gero created Cell.
If the creation of Cell didn't exist, then that would be the precursor to literally everything. So regardless of your situation where Cell would have come after, there still would not have been Cell.
What the fuck is that?
It's a soundbite.
Is it? Or is someone like actually genuinely laughing?
No, that's
that
Seven
sounded
Ninja.
like
That's
or
not
some
his
shit.
laugh.
Yeah.
Really, nigga?
I didn't find the squall, yeah, but I found Brock's voice mod. So and then debut it. Wow. Anyway, Sleepy's messing with you. Let's be real here. He knows what's going
Yes.
on.
I kind of do agree with Sleepy though. No Time Machine, no Cell Saga. Cell does still exist, but would he be relevant? I'm arguing he doesn't even become relevant if there's no Time Machine.
But like,
Shows up
there would be no
way too
point to
late.
even have him there.
Yep.
But he still would have been
Exactly.
created, though. Like, the reason that he was the problem was because he was created in the first place. Again, all these things happen after the inception. I feel like I'm arguing the things I can't that'll violate terms of service.
Oh, let's see. I'm not on TikTok. I don't know what
I'm
else.
sure YouTube probably doesn't like talking about that shit either.
Oh, God.
Anyways,
All right.
Porn. Talking about porn.
no. I was talking about Inception and what some ladies choose to
I
do
don't
after
care.
Inception is done. Yes.
All right, Ninja. We need a tiebreaker. Is Bulma's Time Machine biggest blame or not?
No, Bulma's time machine isn't the biggest blame, only because she created it to deal with the previous problem. So the previous problem would be the androids and Cell. So it would have to be Dr. Gero or Vegeta's fault.
Cell doesn't go to the past become a problem without Time Machine.
Cell doesn't get created without Gero, though. So that's kind of how it is.
I mean, he could still be created, but would he have a way to get to the past
I see
without
what
the Time
Squall's trying
Machine?
to say. He could be a creation and not be the problem that he would be. But like, I'm going off of what has happened, what has concretely been proven to happen through the show, and what would have all made that not happen in the first place. So I feel like I'm arguing the concrete, the empirical of what happened, while Squall's over there on a hypothetical.
Mm-hmm. I see.
I gave the solution to the problem that did happen. He's giving the solution to a potential problem that, like, may or may not happen.
I'm just trying to get you to open your minds and maybe blame Bulma for once.
All right, you know what? Dr. Gero never creates Cell, and the Time Machine exists, and Cell would never be going into the Time Machine. So,
I don't blame Bulma for anything. In fact, she's the unsung hero. She's the one that pulled Goku, who would probably still just be living in the mountains, fishing, living a solitary life away from everything if Bulma didn't find him.
You know
And
what?
he's the reason that everything always works.
That's a good reason why Cell existed. Because if Bulma never brought Goku out he would have never went searching for the Dragon Balls and went searching in the Red Ribbon Army.
All positives and all negatives of everything that has ever happened in Dragon Ball Z is Bulma's fault. There you go.
We have an answer.
Sure.
Nah, it's definitely Dr. Gero, though. At the end of the day, it's definitely Dr. Gero.
Oh my god.
Where'd you even come up with that one?
Huh?
Where was that argument even from?
I think Ninja brought that one up.
Was it Ninja? Good job, Ninja.
He wasn't talking about me.
I'm Sleepy Ninja?
It was just.
Oh, no. No, I was talking about you,
just
7 Ninja.
The thought popped in my head how Cell wasn't a problem in their, like, a quote-unquote original timeline. So, once I thought of that, it was just like, wait a minute. And then Cell became a problem when Future Trunks did what he did. So that's where it originated from. It was just like, oh yeah, Cell, like, he never awakened or he never got fully made or whatever in the Trunks timeline. It was just the androids were the problem. And then when Trunks did the whole time travel and stuff, and then all of a sudden Cell, who like was unheard of and not a problem, all of a sudden he's there. He's awake, and the Cell Saga is happening. It's no longer the Android Saga, the Cell Saga.
Yeah.
So that's where the idea popped from. It was just the fact that with the timelines.
I mean, it's definitely a big mix of a lot of people's faults. Like, I think, like, plot armor is a huge thing when it comes to the main character, but when it comes to Cell, I've never seen anyone have more plot armor than this guy here. Cell definitely got away with a lot of stuff that shouldn't happen. Oh, Trunks is about to go back in time and tell everyone that he finished the job? Alright. Let me hop up in this, kill him real quick, and let me transfer it to a different timeline where Android 18 and 17 are still alive. Oh! Vegeta wants to let me live so I can become perfect? Perfect. Let me hop up in this. Oh, Krillin doesn't want to kill 18 because he's a simp? Alright, perfect. Let me hop up on 18. You know?
There's
most plot armor
everybody
ever. It's like, it's like,
really, nigga?
when it comes to Cell.
You make that up.
Alright.
How many can you get on there, Ninja?
What?
How many sound bites?
The number of bytes, how many can you hold? 6 like Squall, or can you hold more like me?
Well,
6.
voice mod,
It's
I can hold
8,
a lot more
sir.
than that. You know.
Whoa! So Squall just has the wrong one then, huh?
Wait, how much can you have, Ninja?
You got a lot. I can have a lot if I want.
What the how come I can only have 8?
Because you're using Discord. You can't use
No,
Discord.
I mean, no, this is voice mod.
It doesn't give me a limit. It doesn't say I have a limit.
It says you can't create another soundboard, but you can have a lot on your one soundboard.
Yeah. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Look, here, I'm gonna send
Go
you guys a
down to the-
screenshot.
Wrong one.
All right.
Anyways.
I think we got enough time for like one more small topic if anyone's got one.
I actually do.
What's the topic? Lay it on us.
Lay it on us.
So out of the Frieza forms, which one do you like the look? Just aesthetically, which Frieza form do you like the look of the most?
We're counting Super in as well.
Yeah, you can.
Hmm?
Because, like, even though it's kind of the same form, still it's a color swap. So it's like, do you like those colors better? Yeah.
I kind of liked his dinosaur form. I mean, it felt like it was an actual alien demon guy. He's practically the pinnacle of evil. So that kind of made me feel like, yeah, that's kind of the form of an evil guy. And he is kind of a dragon form in its own way too. And you know, dragons tend to be the pinnacle of evil as well in a lot of old fantasy.
You're talking about his second form, where he's really tall?
Not the tough buff form. The kind of he's hunched over a little bit. He's
the
got
third
an
one.
elongated head. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, fun fact, that was
good.
actually modeled off of Alien, like the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think my favorite form is probably Final Form.
Black
I think that one looks the most sleekest to me. Like Gold Frieza and Black Frieza, I don't know, just something about his eyes just don't look as sleek to me as the Final Form. The Final Form just makes him look like this angelic, terrifying being almost, even though he's short.
Are you running the old version of Voice Mod Squall?
And it's possible. I just downloaded it.
Does yours look like mine, Ninja?
Yeah, mine looks like yours.
Yeah.
All right, you guys are gonna have to show me the website to download it from after this.
That's crazy.
I would say that mine was probably second form Frieza. Just the size to me was kind of an intimidation factor, and he looked more like grown up. Plus the horns like kind of elongating, and him using that as a weapon against Krillin. Like, to me, that was the most kind of intimidating form that he had. Like the alien one was kind of weird, and I hated seeing Piccolo get just bodied by him. But yeah, I don't know, the first form, like the whole thing was like the shock factor to me after the first transformation went away. So like I was shocked when the first one happened, but then when he got to the second, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. He already transformed once before, right? So like, it was like, oh no, Frieza's already the big bad, and then like, oh no, now he's even bigger and badder. But I don't know. I like that one. It looked pretty neat.
Nova?
We're talking about aesthetic for Vegeta.
Frieza.
Frieza.
I don't know why I said that. Okay, I forgot. I think it's the third form.
Alien form.
Frieza, the one that that kills Krillin.
Oh, I think that's second form.
Is it with the horns?
He kills
Yeah, the
Krillin.
Yeah, the horn would be the
Second
The
one's the
second form.
horns.
Yeah. Okay, so it's the second one. So that was kind of like the aesthetically best looking of Frieza, because all of his other forms, first form creeped me out. Third form made me question everything. It gave me Alien vs
PTSD?
Predator. No, Alien
Yeah.
vs Predator vibe.
Yeah, it was based
And
off of
then-
Alien.
Yeah, and then, you know, his final form was just just boring looking. Like it looked way too plain. So yeah, his second form was pretty much my all-time favorite. I didn't even like his gold form, which irritated me for some reason. He looked like an Emmy Award with purple. I'm not kidding. He looked like an Emmy Award.
made it golden, so you know who's atop the pecking order.
Ugh. Not the pecking order again. So yeah, second form Frieza.
And I also go with third form though. It's just, besides being an Alien fan, it was so like different and freaky. And it was kind of a weird thing where he went from being big and gigantic, where he like, for the next powerful form, he shrunk down. But his head got bigger. Yeah, I gotta go with the freaky form.
Okay.
That
Yeah, I
and
did.
it's like you didn't know what was gonna like when he got big. It was just like okay, he's bigger now, and he's got horn, and his horns are more weaponized. But when he, after that though, when he shrunk down, and then it was just his head got a weird shape. It's like okay, how does this work? So search for him.
I think Toriyama did probably make him simpler in final form to make it easier to draw. Because, like, I think the previous forms had a bunch of lines all over his head, arms and legs and stuff. That must have been tiring to draw, to be honest. Like, I know he definitely hated the Cell Saga because of all them dots he had to draw. And then he made Super Saiyan with blonde hair because to make it easier to draw the hair. He was tired of drawing black and like drawing black in all the time, and his editors drawing black in all the time.
It's probably why he changed Frieza's to such a simple design.
I actually quite liked it though. It looked pretty sleek. That's just my opinion.
That was a nice like, oh, he looks like the least threatening, like his first form, even though that's his most powerful.
Alrighty, well that's pretty much it. Unless Nova, you got something we can go over real quick?
No, I didn't. I don't really have anything else to say. I don't even have like another question.
No worries. We can go over the chats here a little bit. I forgot to do that in between some of the segments. We got some raids from QA Gamer, Charm City, Mom, hop in. Everyone said happy Sunday. Some Goku and dancing and Pokeball gifs or emojis. Charm City asked if we saw the Xenoverse 3 leaked earlier today, and they sent a link. Xenoverse 3 is, I guess, being announced, so that's pretty cool.
Nice.
Oh wow.
We gotta check that out. I mean,
Here, I'll put the link in here in the little chat here, so you guys can check it out whenever you guys want. Boom.
I have 1 and 2, but I never got any of the DLCs or anything. I know that they unlocked.
So
There's a
Carmen.
lot of DLC like characters and stuff.
Oh yeah,
Carmen.
dude, facts. There is a lot of DLC. Carmen says hello, Squall, and then DT Dub says he thinks Corrin was the most depressing character during like the depressing character segment. And then I was like, why him? And he said he don't go anywhere, just stays in that tower. So that was his reasoning why.
Kinda.
oh, hold on. We got Mr. Popo. You know, he don't really do much himself.
I'm under the impression Mr. Popo and Corrin are kind of like Buddhist monks a little bit. You know, they just meditate all day and they're perfectly content or something. Maybe not so much Corrin, but definitely Mr. Popo gives off that meditation Buddhist vibe.
Now, if they were Tibetan monks, they'd be better than like everybody. They would trade Batman. Batman survives everything. Holy crap!
Let's
You don't know. You don't know.
Then Charm Cities, he said he thought Roshi on his little hermit island was like the most depressing. So wound up trying to relive his glory days by fighting his kid students in a tournament. Won and still didn't really get the girl. I didn't even see that chat earlier.
Differ.
What girl was he trying to get?
Maybe Launch at
All
the
of
time.
them?
Yeah, all of them. Never got anyone. Then I think DT Dub agrees with Yamcha. He retired after Dr. Gero. Like, how you let Dr. Gero retire you out of all the villains? That's sad, to be honest. 16 was probably suffering as an android. And then he's like, wait, why Tien? Is he let Krillin surpass him? And then he said, I just like to dog on Tien, to be honest. And then he was like, "Hey, Brock, watch your mouth." I forget what Brock was saying at the time. Yeah, I think he was talking about. I think Brock was talking about Vegeta, because he said he got the best character development. Vegeta beat Topo. Oh, yeah, that's right. You were like, who has Vegeta beaten? And then he says Future Trunks.
So how many Gokus has Vegeta beaten?
Yeah, I think that was it.
You were talking crazy. That was pretty wild.
Then DT Dub says Future Trunks is a walking L. Can't say that about Krillin. Then he's like, Krillin always been there and performed. And then I guess he thought I was hating on Krillin, because he's like, stop that Krillin hate. How can you hate Krillin? I think I was using Krillin as an example. I forget for what though. Then and then DT says he's got a Piccolo hate section in his Discord. Then he forgot Yamcha died twice. He forgot about the whole Super Boo part where Super Boo ate him. All right, that's pretty much it for the podcast. Next week is the Nerding Out podcast, where we'll go over some video game stuff and Brock's anime. Which one is it again, Brock?
So yeah, historically I've chosen animes that I've already kind of watched and have an idea about. This one I just picked at random. It's called Talked OP Destiny. So funny fact about that, actually, supposedly it was like a promotional anime for a mobile game, and I didn't know anything about that. I just thought it looked cool based off of a guy I follow on Facebook showing like little clips of it. So I saw like a cool little action sequence on one of his clips and picked it just at random out of that. So as far as I know, the mobile game's actually no longer in service anyway. So there's no more story after the anime, and any story you would have gotten after the anime is no longer available. So it's still a cool anime though. I liked it a lot. I thought it was pretty neat. Talked OP Destiny.
All right, can't wait to watch it. Well, that is it for the podcast, guys. Thank you guys for being here. Thank the panel. Thank the viewers. And let's get on to the outros. So I am Squall Rush, gamer, podcaster, anime enjoyer. Hit my link tree, hit my Buy Me Coffee account. Join our Discords. I got 2 of them. One for the podcast, one for the gaming stuff, because I stream games throughout the week, podcasts on Sundays. So 2 separate ones for 2 different things. Pokemon TCG Pocket Tournament at the end of the week, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Got some full art cards for the winners. So if you guys want to join and get like a full art copycat or a Rainbow Rare Great Ninja EX, join the tournament. Those are the prizes. Besides that, no real new updates. I'll probably stream. Tomorrow is Brawlhalla Monday for me, so hopefully I'll see you guys there. What's the outro question, Ninja?
Outside of Goku and Vegeta and Gohan, who would you like to see as a main character for their own anime?
Choosing Yamcha. Alright, take it away, 7 Ninja.
It's already doomed to fail. Anyway. I am the 7 Ninja 7. You can find me at Game Jolt Miwi in Rumble, which will lead you right back to my Rumble channel at 7 Ninja 7. Join my Discord, consider becoming a subscriber on Coffee or Rumble. It is what it is if you want to or not, but I'd appreciate it. Regardless, again, my announcements is that we may be doing some kind of newbie help of shorts videos, just trying to help some new Helldivers, because what I'm noticing is a lot of new Helldivers are just jumping into the highest difficulty and dying a lot. So I kind of want to help out a little bit there. Outside of that, Brock's already talked about his anime, and yeah.
What's good?
Who's the character?
What?
Who's the character you want to see more of as main character?
Oh, forgot about that. There's another question. Anyway, who I want to see? I want to see. Some reason I was going to say Oolong, but no, we're not going to say Oolong. I want to see. I actually would want to see Piccolo. I actually would love to see Piccolo.
Huh?
What do you get?
He technically was the main character of the superhero movie.
Yeah, but I think he does more than just meditate. I'd love to see what he does.
I thought you would pick Hit, to be honest.
I already said Hit last time. In Dragon Ball Z.
Alright, Sleepy, take it away.
I got deck lists on Arcadeck for Magic Gathering decks. Check that out. And then also I got my blog, sadman2016.wordpress.com. And character I'd like to see, I probably have to go with the original one when I first started watching, is just Piccolo. It's like, my favorite color was like green and purple. He had the aesthetic. Always thought it was cool. And then it seems like they're always like kind of expanding what Namekians can do. So, yeah, I gotta go with Piccolo.
Huh? Nova.
Alright, I am Nova Kings. Again, if you ever want to find me on any of my socials, check out my TikTok where I be posting unboxing videos, and I'll start doing more lives of basically me just organizing photo cards, listening to K-pop, and any other fun jazzes. Find me at Shadow Nyx Cosplay. As for what were my options again?
Anybody.
Outside
Not
of
Gohan,
Vegeta
Goku,
and-
or Vegeta. Sorry.
Kind of want Vegeta.
No, excluding those guys.
Oh, excluding them? Oh, well, shit. Okay, then... Probably Piccolo. Like, just to kind of see, like, after everything, even after him basically becoming the babysitter for Pan, kind of want to see where he would go after that. If he would just go back to meditating or training, or maybe just exclude himself somewhere else and just try to live a calmer life. I don't know. I kind of want to see what would happen with Piccolo.
Yeah, Piccolo is definitely a top choice for me too.
That is mine.
Rock.
Rockstrat55 over on Rumble. Doing a lot of streaming lately. Just doing a lot of Nintendo stuff and some Sega stuff now. I've been doing Sonic Frontiers the past few days. Collabing with other creators like Squall Rush over here, like the Boom Squad, Brat Pack, any of those guys. So that's been a pretty good time. Dad joke of the night. Why did the Scarecrow win an award?
Why?
Because he was outstanding in his field.
Oh, God.
As far as who I would actually enjoy seeing a spin-off of, I wouldn't mind the world's martial arts champion, Hercule. I think that would be kind of fun.
Oh, my God. Hercule?
You're supposed to say Yajirobe.
Who cares about him? Outside of Korin.
You cut Vegeta's tail.
And?
Can't help.
That's it.
And
He throws
That's it. All he does
Senzu
now is just hide up there with his freaking cat
survived
husband. That's
long
all he
enough to
does.
be in Future Trunks' timeline with Zamasu. Good for him.
Yeah. Again, shocking.
He probably ate people.
Probably. That's probably the only explanation.
The first time we met him, he was about to eat Goku. So I'm just saying, it's on the table.
Alrighty.
Oh, God.
Well, that's everyone's respective platforms. Make sure you hit them with some follows and some views. And we'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace out, guys.
Later.